Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Don Myers, and I am the Cambridge Schools Development Manager for the Southeast U.S., and I'd like to welcome you to tonight's Cambridge Scholar Award ceremony. It's a great pleasure to be here in Sarasota. I'm Florida-born and raised, so I'm used to, it's not just because of the good weather, it's because of the good people. Since I've taken over this region for Cambridge, I've been truly blessed to work with great scholars, great leaders. The principals at the schools are absolutely amazing people. They do such great work in making sure that your kids get the education they deserve. The Scholar Award Night is going to recognize two types of awards tonight. The first is a Scholar Award, where you have earned at least 3 C's on a set of exam series, meaning you took at least 3 exams at one time. Now, this is something that I want to put in kind of context for you. Around the world, people take AS and A levels not at 14 or 15, meaning sophomore year, not at 16, but at 17 and 18. People in the world do not take the exams you are taking until they're 17 or 18 years old. At that time, they'll take 3, and that's it. And you guys in this room, is there anybody here who took more than 3 exams in 1 year? Raise your hand. Almost the whole room of students have taken 4 and 5 and 6 exams at one time. So you guys are not just setting the pace for the U.S., you're setting the pace for the whole world. You are on top of it. When I was the teacher of this, and I would say, well, you guys did really well. I'm so proud of you. And then I realized that these were sophomores taking courses that everywhere else in the world, these kids are 18 years old. This is a big deal. The second award that we have tonight is one of the students here earned not just a A, but earned the highest score in the entire U.S. on one of the most difficult exams we offer, chemistry. So that's quite an honor as well. We have some of these award ceremonies where I go to, and we won't have anybody in the district who wins one of those awards. So to have somebody here at Sarasota is quite an honor. I'd like to thank the district leadership. Today, we awarded them our middle-sized district of the year. We had a ceremony for that. Some of you may have watched it on Facebook, where it was on Facebook Live today. I would like to thank the leadership, the district leadership, Mr. Canties, Dr. Kingsley, the superintendent, and especially the school board members. When I talked to them today, I wanted to thank them for the risk they took when they brought Cambridge in the very first time. They believed that this program would do great things for your kids, and it has. And so their vision, that's why you elect them to the school board, to have that vision, and they did an amazing job to bring that in. At this time, I would like to bring one of the district officials, Mr. Stephen Cantis, up to address you a little bit about the program here.
Hey, thanks, Don. I appreciate it. Today has been a day-long celebration of the accomplishments of these students here in this classroom, the teachers here in this classroom, the administrators that are here in this classroom, and all of our school officials. Being recognized as the premier mid-sized district with the ACE program has been just an incredible honor for us. It's been very, very exciting today. But you know, this last portion of this is really what it's all about. It's about the students. This is, we've had a chance to talk about students today, but we've talked about teachers, we've talked about administrators, but this is all about the students. And parents, I want to say to you, I know behind every great student, typically there's some great parents behind those students, providing support, pushing in the right place, and making sure they're supported where you need them. Sarasota County, we place great value on providing our students opportunities to prepare themselves for college as well as career readiness. And I think this ACE program does it as well as any of our programs. I want to just quickly recognize three folks that are here that have been here pretty much all day with us. Three of our board members are here this evening, and I want to recognize, if you'd stand when I call your name, please. We have Caroline Zucker is here today. Shirley Brown is here today. I know Eric Robinson was here a little bit earlier over at the reception. He was here to recognize your accomplishments. And finally, Jane Goodwin, who will be speaking later in the program, she's also here. So Jane, thanks for being here. Jane is currently our board chairperson here. So without further ado, I'm going to move the program along, and I would like to, at this point in time, introduce the assistant principal at Booker High School, actually the gentleman who was the first one to bring the ACE program into Sarasota County several years ago. Mr. Schenk, if you would come up and address the group, I'd appreciate it.
Thank you for coming out this evening. We worked at Sarasota High to bring this program over 8 years ago to the county, and this is amazing that there are so many of you, and I know many couldn't make it tonight. Some of you are already in college, working towards degrees. Some of you are seniors or juniors looking forward to that step. And we're excited that Cambridge has allowed you to build the skill set to be successful once you get there. One of the things we're also looking forward to in Sarasota County is moving the progression down to elementary, so students can progress through elementary school with Cambridge, middle school, and then by high school. Imagine if you would have seen some of that discursive writing. That was the first time I ever heard of it. I don't know about you. If you saw that earlier, so then by high school, you're really prepared and you're ready to go. So we're really excited that it has expanded so far, and this is really all about you students. This is everything we've done is because we wanted to give you the best opportunity to be successful. And that's it. I think if people were expecting me to go much longer, that's pretty much it. I really want to thank you all for coming out. I do have somebody very special to introduce. Should I say anything about the score yet or no? Yes. Yeah? Sure. So he was the top in the country in ACE Chemistry AS, Mr. Edward Javier Baer. Come on up.
Thank you all for being here today. I would like to thank all of you, honestly, a big thanks to all of you as students, parents, teachers. All of you have inspired me to go out and go beyond than what I thought I was capable of. And I think that this ACE program does really instill a new perspective in people, and it gave me a new perspective on life. And I think I'm going to use what I learned in this ACE program, specifically like the chemistry, in my future career to help people with allergies and creating the medicines for them. And I think ACE really does a lot for the students. Like in any field, it teaches them to think outside of the box. And I think that's what we need in this world, more people that think outside of the box. Thank you.
And it really is, when you start to think about the number of exams taken around the country, to think that this young man earned the highest score in the U.S. on an exam that doesn't just require rote knowledge. The chemistry exam has a lab practical in which the students walk into the room having no idea what they're going to have to do, and they have to complete that practical exam. It's truly mirrors what they're going to have to do at the university level, because they have to do that type of lab. And I think it's one of the greatest things that is part of the chemistry program. And for you to have done that well on that is quite an accomplishment. At this time, Mr. Cantis already mentioned that she was going to be our next speaker. Ms. Goodwin, the chair of the board, would you please come up and address the group?
Well, this is really quite a turnout. And we've had a workshop and a board meeting our wonderful press conference at 8:30 this morning, and I want to thank our friends from Cambridge ACE. As like I said, anytime you need anyone to go over to England, I'm available. But I want to thank you all for being here. This means a great deal to us. You know, we believe that academics are the most important thing. When I see Edward, who's going to the University of Florida, which I'm really happy about, when I see all of the success of our students, and thank you all for being here tonight. And we know how important the teaching element is. So thank you to the teachers, thank you to the administration, thank you to the principals, and thank you all students for being so diligent and so hardworking, because this is not easy stuff. But I think once you get to college, it's going to be much, much easier than it would have been had you just gone through regular academics. And that's what I hear from students all the time when I see them at schools, when I see students when they come home for Christmas vacation. The structure, the critical thinking that the ACE program provides our students is something that can't be duplicated very easily. And it is remarkable to me how that puts studies into a great perspective, so that it becomes much easier at the university level. And all of you are going to go on and do big and wonderful and exciting things, and we're so proud of you. So I think without further ado, I will introduce Dr. Lord Kingsley.
Jane just went off script. And what all I want to do is, of course, we wrap our arms around all of our children. We are so proud of you. And, you know, I echo Jane. We know the teaching and your ACE coordinators really have made a difference for you. And thank you for taking advantage of that opportunity. That's what it's all about. And we want to introduce Mark, who is from the New York office of Cambridge ACE. Thank you for being here with us.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Good evening. District administrators, teachers, students, and especially parents. I'm a parent of 3. My daughter's here in the front row, Maddie. And she can just kind of bring your kid to work day. She's on spring break. So I know how much work it is to raise children and to get them to perform at the level your kids are performing at. And they're all great kids, and they're excelling, and the country's in great shape with kids like this. I'd like to congratulate again Dr. Bowen for his leadership and support of the Cambridge program. Dr. Kingsley, Catherine Kokoza, Stephen Cantis, Jane Goodwin, amazing leaders. It's been a pleasure to work with you all today and throughout the years since 2011. We've been in partnership with you all since 2011 and really seen the partnership blossom. And students, especially students, Cambridge's approach starts and ends with the student. Everything goes back from there, and it's a special congratulations to the hard work the students have put in to achieve at this level. And remember, you're achieving not just in Sarasota County or Florida or against kids in the 32 states that we're in, but in 160 countries across the globe, including places like Singapore, who always ranks number 1 or 2 in everything. So you should, pat yourselves on the back and say, job well done, and keep working. I tell my son's going to college next year, this is just the beginning. Now the hard work really starts. It's really hard here, and they're preparing you for life, but hard work will always do you proud. I really have learned a lot about Saratoga County Schools through this process. And you're really in great hands here in this district. We've seen it started in 2011. We've seen it really grow and blossom. And the leaders, the school leaders, the teachers, and the students are all engaged in this learning process, and the results are super impressive. As I said before, the power of a Cambridge approach to education is the fact that it's truly centered around the student. With a strong emphasis on engaging teaching and learning practices, you cannot be successful in Cambridge. There's places all over the country that aren't seeing success like this, and that's because they haven't engaged and unpacked what's there, the standards and the skills, and met students where they are every day. And you guys have done that. So really, classroom is where it all happens, and Sarasota County Schools is highly successful in their implementation. And it happens through hard work and dedication to student achievement. So now let's get to today's Outstanding Learner Awards. We offer awards to students who've shown a very strong performance on their Cambridge exams. And I want to just give context. The Cambridge grading scale is much different. It's not like the A through F, or whether it's AP if it's 1 to 5. It's A star to E is passing, and then U is anything that doesn't pass. So it's a wide scale. When we say a C, that really means a B. We say a B, it really means an A. And if you get an A, you're like off the charts. So where's that young man? In chemistry is the performance nationally in chemistry is not the best because it's really rigorous and it requires deep learning, and this young lad is doing some great things. So yeah, I'm really proud of you. But we're really proud of all the outstanding learners here today because you're truly competing and excelling on the global stage with the Cambridge curriculum. Some of the award recipients are here tonight. Others have gone on and graduated. But rest assured that all will be prepared for what comes next because you've all learned to think critically and engage deeply. And we say at Cambridge is we're trying to prepare students for jobs that haven't been created yet. And if you're able to think and you've learned deeply and engage in things that you're passionate about, you will always be successful, no matter what technology or what new thing comes at you. If you can think critically, you're in good shape. And today's a special moment for you, the winners, as it's an opportunity to look back on all your hard work. I'm sure it was hard, and take pride in your outstanding achievements. Please celebrate your successes because we spend so much time on the treadmill and digging deep and working so hard, and take a breath and celebrate your successes. I mean, you truly have achieved great things, and take a minute and pat yourself on the back because this world is so fast that you achieve something and so what's next? Well, hey, let's take a break and celebrate your success. And it's really a special moment for your families, your teachers in your schools, as they watch with pride. Just know that everyone in the room, kids, are so proud of all of you and what you've done, and they've been committed to you achieving and being great and doing great things. So we're all proud of the work you've done and put in. Please remember, it takes all the above working in concert to deliver results like this. I've seen, in the few hours I've been here, I've seen a real family, and I've seen engaging educators that really care, and I've seen families that are supporting kids, and it takes all of the above. And I've seen an amazing school board that are supporting you and are really enthusiastic and spent the whole day with us. It takes every single one of those folks to gain and to see achievement like this. So, and it's we play the smallest part. We take pride in this as well. We didn't invent this stuff. This is through 160 years of research on what good education is, but it's you that bring it to life. And it's hard work and it's dedication, and you guys have done an amazing job with it and have brought it to life. So we're really proud of the small part we play, and we want to continue to play a part. And you just raise your hand, and anything you need, we're happy to try to perform it, even the course like dance. Where's my dance crew? We're going to work on that one. Yeah. For us, it's all about supporting the next generation of globally minded young people to become ready to take the next step. We work to ensure the courses you study and exams give access to the best universities, the best jobs. However, in today's fast-paced world, it's important that the exam results you work hard to achieve represent more than just a grade. They're evidence that you've acquired vital skills that will help you be ready for whatever comes next. And you've done that. The one thing about Cambridge, you'll leave, you've acquired the skills to make you be able to pretty much do anything if you apply yourself. It's really, our job, like I said, is to prepare kids for jobs that haven't been created yet. So hopefully we're doing that, and we're anxious to watch you as you progress and blossom, and we're really proud of your achievements. The approach that the kids have embarked on is meant to give confidence to learners, to help you develop the ability to be reflective and innovative and socially engaged to make a difference. And I see that all across the room. While technology has made the world a lot faster and globalization made it a lot smaller, the most important factor for a successful career remains the same. Find something you enjoy, engage deeply in it, and work hard. Whether it's languages, humanities, math, sciences, business, or sport. My daughter's a sports girl, so I'm looking at her. So as you step into the next chapter of your lives, be proud of your achievements because they are truly impressive. And you, as outstanding Cambridge learners, represent the best that school districts in this nation have to offer. Just remember that. So thank you again to each of you for your hard work, dedication, often in the face of adversity, and congratulations to all the winners of the Outstanding Learners Awards. Best of luck in the future. And finally, I really want to thank Tracy Beaker and the team here at Sarasota County Schools. This is one of the finest celebrations we've been part of. Thank you so much. And really pleased to be part of it. So thank you all.
All right, so now for the part that you came here for, to see your kids get awarded. We are going to do this in this way. Each school is going to be, we're going to call up the principal to receive a plaque. They will say a few words, and then one of their designees will call the students' names. Many, many more students received awards. We're only going to read the names of those that are here tonight, but many of those, as Mark and Mr. Schenk mentioned, that they've gone ahead and graduated, and they're off in college. They received these for their exams last year, so they're not here from tonight, so we're not going to read their names. And so we're going to start with Booker High School. If Dr. Shelley will come on up, along with Chris Hutchinson, who's going to be reading the names with.
Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Real quick. For all the students, when your name is called, please come up to be able to receive your certificate. Then if you wouldn't mind, please standing in the middle of the row here so that we can get a group picture of everyone from your school. Thank you. Okay. The microphone?
It's on.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Oh, good evening, everyone. Good evening. My name is Dr. Rachel Shelley. I am the proud principal of Booker High School. And tonight we have 5 students that we're going to be recognizing. But because our school focused so diligently on college and career readiness, I am sure you're not going to be surprised when I tell you that 4 of them are already in college doing very, very well. Something that we thank you very much. Something that we do unique at Booker High School, we have an opportunity to bring our alumni back, and we record them on a video message talking about their experience. And the 2 students, that one's at University of Florida and the other one's at University of South Florida, when I interviewed them and asked, tell me, how are you doing? How's it going? They often talk about how prepared they were because of the ACE program. So I'm very proud of the rigor that our students are receiving. I want to put something in perspective for the students that are here. You know that you're going to be eligible for the highest Bright Future. You know that. But listen, with Bright Future and funds that you can get from FAFSA if you qualify, ladies and gentlemen, that is a full ride in college. Oh, you didn't hear that. Let me say that one more time. Parents, I'm sure you will agree with me. That is a full ride. Gone are the days when you need to take out excessive amount of loans. I am so grateful and so proud of Sarasota County School Board system. Every single high school, we can level the playing field with the students who are either in an IB program or in an ACE program, and we should celebrate that. So with that, I am going to call Mr. Hutchinson, our one and only ACE coordinator, to talk about the 5 students and read their names for me. Mr. Hutchinson?
Sure. We have 3 students represented here tonight. The first 2 are Alexander Finnerty and Abigail Pagan, who couldn't make it, but Abigail's mom is here to accept the award for them. Both of these are 2 of our students who have graduated and moved on to college, but they did want to make sure that they were here because, as they said, they appreciate a lot of what they got from the Cambridge program. So. Two of our other students are, yeah, all by yourself. Our other student who's here tonight is Alexis McKinnon. I do want to say one extra thing about Alexis. She, 2 years ago, got top of the world in the general paper. So come on up, Alexis. Oh, I just was told I need to say a couple things about the 2 that aren't here. Megan Dittmeyer is currently in high school, but doing full-time DE, so she's not able to make it tonight. And our other student is doing UF DE online as well. So they're all doing college-prepared courses. What do you want?
1, 2, 3. You do one more.
It's a shiny head.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Of course.
Am I okay? Everything good?
Another edition.
What? Okay. At this time, I'm going to call Sarasota High School up. I'm going to call Mr. David Jones, the principal. As Mr. Shank may have mentioned, David Jones was the assistant principal when Cambridge started at Sarasota High, and Ryan Chase, one of the assistant principals, who's going to read the students' names.
20 minutes, right? Well, good evening, everyone. And I must confess that just before I was about to speak, Tracy Beaker, the Director of Communication, came up to me and said, there's been a terrible mistake. It said on the sheet that you were to speak 2 minutes, and I forgot the 0. It's supposed to be 20. Can you fill in the time? And I'll try to oblige her and maybe compromise and do it 5. Now, that's a joke. But I was asked before we introduce our students to answer one question. And that is, what has ACE done for Sarasota High School? Now, like you just heard, I guess I'm kind of in a unique position because I got to see the program birthed at Sarasota High School. I got to move down to Northport and see it birthed down there. And if nothing else, one of the great things is it creates this wonderful family reunion of just seeing so many familiar faces here, and what a joyous celebration. But what has ACE done for Sarasota High School? Well, let me tell you one thing. Since it began in 2011 at Sarasota High School, 414 students have received an ACE diploma and hence the full Bright Futures Scholarship. 414. That's incredible. Now, this year alone, I have 151 candidates for that diploma. So by the time testing finishes, and it began yesterday, and it'll finish about mid-June, by the time we're done, we could be adding another 151 to those rolls. So pretty remarkable accomplishment to these amazing students. Now, let me just pose a question, ask you to speculate. I wonder how many tests are being given at Sarasota High School this spring? Well, it's 2,289 tests. You understand the impact that these kids are making on the community, the world? They are difference makers. And if you were to have me answer again, what is this done for Sarasota High School? Well, it gives incredible kids like are filling this room the opportunity, especially those prodigious ones, to be recognized. You're hearing about top in the country and top in the world at Sarasota High School. Not that I'm proud or anything, but 13 top in the country since 2011 and 3 top in the world. Number 1 in the entire universe. It's pretty impressive what these kids have cranked out. One last thing that I'd like to say before we introduce them, and that is right now in terms of how is it impacting the rest of the population? You see, ACE is obviously a magnificent opportunity for every student to participate in, and if you are performing at that high level, it doesn't get any better. But what about if you haven't believed in yourself and you don't think you can succeed at those high collegiate levels? Guess what? ACE is the place that you can actually try that out. What is so awesome at Sarasota High School right now, we have, I want to make sure I get this number right. Oh, it's upside down. That's why it doesn't read well. 1,135 of our 2,100 students are taking ACE classes. That's pretty impressive. So, what has ACE done? Well, gosh, in addition to changing these kids' lives from a financial perspective, far more significantly, it's changed their lives from the ability to think, to process, to critically challenge, to be leaders in the world. And obviously, I'd like to say that it has changed the whole culture of Sarasota High School, because what it has done for our amazing, brilliant, awesome teachers is it's given them the freedom to teach in a framework that makes sense. We're so driven by the standardized test, and here we have these people that can take an authentic exam that asks the students, can you think? Can you process? Can you argue? Can you make a point coherently? And the answer, as we'll see for 151 more kids this year, the answer is decidedly yes. I am so proud of everyone in this room. Thanks for coming out tonight. And now we'll read the names of those students that we're going to specifically honor.
Do you want to hold on to?
Yeah.
Want to hold these? All right. So I'm going to read the names of the students that are present. We have a lot that aren't present, and we'll be taking those back and awarding those students on campus, hopefully. So first up, Elizabeth Abbott. Jackson Cooper. Brooke Foster.
Wait. I think I gave the wrong shirt.
Congratulations. Good job.
If you got the wrong one, we'll fix it later.
Yeah. I got it right here. It's kind of entertaining for me.
We swear we know what we're doing, everyone.
There you go. Congratulations.
Cameron Harris.
Yeah. Congratulations.
We were just seeing if he was paying attention. Hey, student, he figured it out. Ace test. Kaylee Hernandez.
Good job.
Erica Lomnitz. Alex Molyneux.
Good job, Alex. Congratulations.
Campbell Shaw.
Congratulations. Good job.
Thank you.
Alicia Taylor. Carolina Titus.
Carolina. Congratulations. Good job.
Allison Westbury. And Mary Wolf Herman.
Mari, congratulations. Good job.
All right.
All right, let's go get a picture.
Yeah. Might have to some in front, some in back.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. No, it's perfect. 1, 2, 3.
We have one more.
Yes, come join the picture. We'll get you your shirt. All right. 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
And now for Northport High School. I'd like to call forward Mr. Brandon Johnson, the principal, and Shannon Fusco to read the names.
How are we doing, sir? Thank you. Appreciate it. So, first, if you could do this for me, if you are a Northport High School student, stand up. If you can stay standing. If you are the parent or parents or guardian of them, please stand up. And last but not least, if you are a staff member, please stand up. Staff member. All right, guys, you may be seated. I did that on purpose, and here's why. I was not going to do that, and I was talking to Miss Ann Brandenberger, our ACE coordinator, but Mr. Jones, where's he at? Because I know he didn't leave. Mr. Jones comes up, and you guys don't realize this as a school. We all love each other, from Dr. Shelley to David Jones, Sarasota High and Booker High School. But there's this competition that goes on. And so, as you notice, he'll start spitting out numbers of how many ACE diplomas and all these other things that go on at Sarasota High. So what I wanted him to see is the amount of students and parents that are here today, because out of 112 that earned this today, Northport High School has 74. So, now, you're probably not aware, if you watched Facebook Live earlier today, I had the opportunity to speak and be interviewed. So I've done this spiel, and it's been awesome. But what I really want to say is I'm so proud of all the students in here. I'm well aware when I got to Northport High School 3 years ago how difficult the exams really were. Christy Alexander, that I know is somewhere in the building, gave me a crash course on really what the program was about. Because when I first arrived, the only information I had was really research, because I knew I was interviewing for the job. And then when I got there, I was blown away by not just the classes themselves, but the job that you guys have to do to not only learn, listen, think on your own, but actually pass those exams and get those 7 classes to get that ACE diploma, and of course, 100% bright futures. And as Dr. Shelley said, even along with that, you do need to still fill out your scholarships and finish your FAFSA. So that's why I wanted to be up here, just to say I am incredibly proud of not only all the students, but in Northport High School. I know sometimes in Northport, even this drive alone, we talk about the distance from the landings, but just look at how many students turned out because of how well and how great this opportunity really is, and they should be incredibly proud of themselves. So with that being the case, Ms. Fusco. So at this time, we will call up all of our wonderful Northport High School students, and Mrs. Fusco will say the names. Remember, come up here, shake my hand, as well as Mr. Cantis, and then, of course, stand in the center. Oh.
And it's a long
So
list.
we're going to call up your trophy winner, your best in the
That is
US
perfect. Let's do that first.
Yes.
All right. So this is presented AS level chemistry, top in the United States from Cambridge Assessment International Education, June 2018. Mr. Everett Burr. Come on up, sir. So we're going to call you again. You know that, right? So if you want to sit somewhere up front, sit close. We're going to wind up calling you again. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right.
All right. So we're going to call all of the students who are here, and I assume the rest of them are probably on their 45-minute drive away studying for all of their assessments that they have going on. Sierra Alicia Anderson.
Sarah, congratulations.
Mayaka Baca. Edward Javier Baird.
Shaking your hand today, okay?
Thank you.
Taylor Diane Cooper.
You have a long walk, don't you? It's like, it's all quiet.
Congratulations.
Mackenzie Marina Doyle. Gabrielle Alonzo Heredia.
Congratulations. Good job. Thank you.
Alicia Angel Koshavoy.
Congratulations.
Juan Luis Merced. Bianca Nally.
Bianca, congratulations. Good job.
Thank you.
Devin Ashley O'Hara.
Devin, congratulations. Good job.
Kaylee Brianne Page.
Haley, good job. Congratulations.
Nicholas Stephen Parisi.
Sure. Hey, Nicholas, good job. Congratulations.
Cody Matesh Parsoden.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Good job.
Kate Ann Rumasek.
There you are. Hey, how are you? Congratulations. Good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's in the superintendent's cabinet. Yeah.
Jonathan Seacon.
Good job, Jonathan. Congratulations. Good job. Thank you.
Janika Stokling.
Good job, Janika. Congratulations.
Mitchell Alexander Tosi.
These all seniors. Hey, Mitchell. Good job. Congratulations.
Brittany William.
Brittany, congratulations. Good job.
Did we miss anyone from North Fort High School? All right, we're good? All right, take a picture.
Take a picture.
All right, squeeze it just a little bit more. What? Here. We're supposed to be in the pictures. No, taking pictures. Get up here. Okay, y'all go in the back row. You can squeeze in the back row here. Poke through the windows. No. Stop it. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Okay, moms, teachers.
Mr. Johnson pointed out something that I noticed the first time I was making a visit to Sarasota County. They do have a very healthy competition. And I love it. I think it's what makes for a great community, when you push each other and you can kid each other and still really want to beat the other guy. There's nothing wrong with that, and I think that's fantastic. Earlier today, Merlin said something about when they picked the first teachers. They went to the students to say, who do you think should be the teachers? That said more about Sarasota County than anything else to me, because it said they valued the kids' opinion. They valued what the students thought. And you guys really do want great teachers. And based on the numbers here, and I don't want to get into a whole numbers game with Mr. Johnson because it's going to get into a little battle here. But based on the numbers, they've identified really great teachers for you. And they're doing a great job to get you prepared. Yeah. We've had several comments about the Bright Future Scholarship. This is a game changer for many of the families that are sitting out here today. You middle-class families, as a teacher's family, this is a game changer. This makes a difference. And I don't know if you know what the other requirement is, but a 1290 on the SAT is a very difficult reach. If you go to the schools and look at the number of students that get the Fulbright Futures that wouldn't have got it without the Cambridge diploma, it's a big deal. And I don't know if you're aware, but currently in the Senate bill in Florida, there's a bill to raise it again to 1320. So this diploma is, I know some kids are like, wait, what? The fact that the Cambridge diploma earns you that Bright Futures becomes even more important. It becomes real important for you to talk to your neighbors who have kids going off to these schools, to your cousins, to your sister's kids, whatever it is. Talk to them and explain to them how this can change their kid's life, because it can change the way they apply to college. And that's a big deal. So I'll get off my soapbox, but I think it's important to know. I want to congratulate the district and thank them for their great work today. It was so nice. This is one of the best ceremonies I've ever been a part of. They just organized everything from the very get-go. And with that in mind, Our person who organizes everything for us is Appy Nandi. She's our marketing director. She organized today's event for you. She's amazing. And I'd like to ask her to come on up. Aren't you going to hand out the flowers? Yes. Well, you said you were coming up to hand out the flowers. Appy asked that I call up Tracy, Tori, and Kelsey. Tracy Beaker, Tori Ewald, and Kelsey Whaley to come up because she couldn't stop talking about the support that she got from the Sarasota communications team and how great they were today, and all month. One of the things that you've heard emphasized tonight is the fact that our syllabuses are built around skills. They're built on skills because skills are transferable. The things that you learn in school may not directly apply to the job that you may get, but the skills that you get will transfer. Learning how to research, learning how to make an argument. No matter what job you get, you may have to convince your boss this is the best course of action. Or you may be the boss yourself and you have to figure out the best course of action. So I think these skills are going to be greatly transferable for you. I would like to thank the students, the teachers, the principals, and most importantly, as Mark said, the parents. Thank you. As a father of 3 myself, 3 in college at one time, you can cry for me. Wasn't fun. The last one's graduating in May. My checkbook's very happy. I know what work it takes. So thank you, and thank you for coming out tonight. Safe travels home. Good night.